The dream of winning only Canada's second Olympic gold medal in men's wrestling is being forged in Anmore. But it will have to wait to be realized until 2028 in Los Angeles. That's because Payman Biabani, Canada's national champion in the 65 kilograms weight class, is not yet eligible to compete for his adopted country on an Olympic mat. View this post on Instagram. A post shared by @Payman_Biabani. Biabani is originally from Tehran, Iran. There, he was a superstar in that country's national sport. Biabani won the Junior Asian Championships in 2015, just 3 years after taking up wrestling when he was 12. In 2016, he was the Junior World Champion in the 60 kilograms weight class. To continue his development, Biabani attended a special sports academy that allowed him to train full-time 15 days out of 20 while also getting an education. All his expenses were paid for, as was his travel to competitions in countries like Bulgaria, Ukraine, Russia, and Georgia. But when decisions within Iran's wrestling federation got in the way of Biabani's further advancement, he knew it was time to forge another path to glory in his sport. A chance discussion at a meet in Siberia with Dave Mackay, of the Burnaby Mountain Wrestling Club, pointed Biabani to Canada. He talked to his family, who gave their blessing. Wrestling's governing body in Iran also agreed to the move. Then the COVID pandemic hit. Biabani was forced to stay put for another year, training, staying optimistic but rarely competing at important meets like the 2021 World Championships. "It was real hard for me," Biabani said of his delayed dream. Meanwhile, in Canada, Mackay worked diligently to secure paperwork that would allow the young Iranian to live, train and compete in his chosen destination. He reached out to the close-knit community of wrestlers across the country to help fund Biabani's move, find him a place to live and get him settled when he arrived. "There was a lot of things to set up," Mackay said, including the hiring of lawyers to help Biabani navigate the tricky and lengthy process of attaining the proper visas as well as an international transfer from Iran to Canada in his sport. When Biabani arrived in Canada on a visitor's visa in late 2021, he didn't know any English, and without status to compete for his new country, no funding to support himself. But, said Mackay, he knew the common language of the wrestling community. An old contact of the coach found Biabani a family in Anmore where he could live. He volunteered to help out with coaching between his training sessions at Burnaby Mountain, as well as at other wrestling clubs at Coquitlam's Pine Tree Community Center and in the Fraser Valley. To support himself and pay his expenses to get to competitions, he took on labor jobs like flooring and construction. "It was very hard for me,"